Evening, everyone. Today, we delve into one of the most enduring legends of American folklore, the myth of Stagger Lee. This tale, which has permeated music, literature, and pop culture, is rooted in real historical events, yet has evolved into a powerful symbol of rebellion, violence, and resilience. The legend of Stagger Lee, also known as Stagger Lee, Stagger Lee, and other variations, originates from a real incident that occurred in St. Louis, Missouri, on Christmas Eve in 1995. Lee Shelton, an African-American cab driver and part-time pimp, got into a heated argument with his friend William "Billy" Lyons over a political disagreement. The altercation escalated, and Shelton shot Lyons, ultimately resulting in Lyons' death. Shelton was convicted of the murder and sentenced to prison. The transformation into a myth. The story of Lee Shelton's crime quickly captured the public imagination, and it wasn't long before it was transformed into a folk song. The earliest known version, Stagger Lee, was recorded by Mississippi John Hurt in 1928, but the song had been circulating in various forms long before that. Each rendition added new layers to the story, embellishing details and transforming Shelton into the iconic figure of Stagger Lee, a ruthless yet charismatic anti-hero who defied sociality norms. The cultural impact. Over the decades, the myth of Stagger Lee has been immortalized in countless songs by artists across genres, from blues to rock to rap. Notable versions include those by Lloyd Price, Nick Cave, and The Clash. Each interpretation has redefined Stagger Lee's character, reflecting the cultural and social issues of the time. In some versions, he is portrayed as a cold-blooded killer, while in others he emerges as a symbol of resistance against oppression. Stagger Lee's enduring appeal lies in his complex symbolism. He embodies the themes of power, rebellion, and the struggle for identity within the African American community. For some, he represents the darker side of the human spirit. For others, he is a figure of defiance against injustice and a testament to the resilience of marginalized communities. In conclusion, the myth of Stagger Lee is a fascinating example of how folklore can transform a historical event into a cultural touchstone. Through music and storytelling, Stagger Lee has transcended his origins to become a legend whose story continues to resonate with each new generation. His tale reminds us of the power of myth in shaping our understanding of history, identity, and resistance. Now I'm excited to share the fascinating story of Belle Starr, a woman whose name became legendary in the American Old West. Belle Starr was known as the Bandite Queen, but her life was more than just tales of crime. Let's explore who Belle Starr really was. Belle Starr was born Myra Mabel Shirley on February 5 in 1948 in Carthage, Missouri. She came from a good family. Her father was a successful farmer and businessman. However, her early life was turned upside down by the American Civil War. Her family moved to Texas to escape the violence and there Belle grew up with a spirit of adventure and independence. Belle had many friends who were outlaws, including the famous Jesse James and the younger brothers. These friendships gave her a taste of the wild, adventurous life. She married a man named Jim Reed in 1866, who was involved in criminal activities. Together they had 2 children, Pearl and Eddie. After Jim Reed was killed in 1874, Belle didn't leave the life of crime. She married Sam Starr in 1880, and they became involved in horse stealing and bootlegging, illegal alcohol trade. Belle Starr and Sam were arrested several times, but they always seemed to find a way out. Belle was known for her sharp mind and her ability to charm people, which helped her in these tricky situations. Belle Starr's reputation grew, and newspapers started to call her the Bandit Queen. She dressed in fancy clothes, rode a beautiful black horse, and carried 2 pistols. This image made her a symbol of the wild and free spirit of the Old West. People loved to tell stories about her daring escapades, some true and some exaggerated. On February 3, 1889, just 2 days before her 41st birthday, Belle Starr was shot and killed near her home in Oklahoma. Her murder remains a mystery to this day, with no one ever being caught or punished for the crime. Some say it was a revenge killing, while others believe it was due to a family dispute. Belle Starr's life was short but full of adventure. She became a folk hero, and her story has been told in books, movies, and songs. She represents a time in American history where the frontier was wild and people made their own rules. Despite her criminal activities, Belle Starr is remembered for her fearless spirit and her place in the legends of the Wild West. Belle Starr's life is a reminder of the complexities of history. She was a mother, a friend, and a criminal. But above all, she was a woman who lived life on her own terms. Thank you for your attention. Sleep well and stay